Hi there. I've decided to do a video about this product, Mapei Grout Refresh. Mapei Grout Refresh. What you use this product for? The reason I'm making this video is because when I went online and I read the reviews, it seemed like it was a very difficult product to use and install, and I was nervous about buying it. But I'm going to show you it's actually very easy. So if you look at this floor right here, this section of the floor right here is very dark, and this is after we cleaned it. And if you look over here, this is the area that I've already done. So you can see how it's already now, it looks modern. The steps for using this product I'm going to demonstrate really quickly. So first, this has actually been cleaned. It actually was even darker before this. I cleaned it. And I use it with a product over here. I just use your standard grout cleaner. It's basically an acid, but there's a lot of other acid-based floor cleaners that work just the same. So you have to clean the floor, that's step one. Once the floor is cleaned and dried, now you're ready to do this. And this is all you have to do. So I'm actually going to see if you come over here and you can film me from this side. So this is how I do it. Shake the bottle really well, and then you're just going to go like this, and you're just going to lay beads of it. So that's it. Then you're going to take, I found a toothbrush works best. Take the toothbrush, rub it in both directions. And you don't have to rub it in that well, but you have to rub it in enough to work it in. Because you want to work it in into there's going to be cracks and crevices and stuff like that. Okay, so I've just done this little area right here real quickly. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to continue going on, but you don't need to see that. I'll come back in about 20-25 minutes, and then we're going to finish this off and it'll be done. Okay, cut. Okay, so about 20-25 minutes have passed, and I've already gone from here all the way down to the end of the hallway. So that's how long you can go with this. It does not take long to put it on. Now I've got your basic microfiber rag right here. All I do right now is you just rub it out. So let's see how it works. Zoom in really close right here. So if you look right here, you're going to see that, turn on the light over there so you can see better. That's off. Okay, so you can see right now that there's this, it's like an acrylic layer that you could peel off. Now, one of the ways you could do is you could probably use a razor blade and just scrape it off, which would work fine. But what I do is I use this rag that's damp, I wet it, and I just rub on both sides of the grout. Or I try and put pressure mainly on the tile, not on the grout. So let's just see how it goes. And what you'll feel happen is if you use the tip of your finger, you can kind of feel it rolling off and beating up. You see how it beads up into this stuff? You don't want it to be too wet. And you don't want to rub on the actual grout. You want to kind of rub on both sides of the grout. So use your fingers and feel as you go. Like look right here, you see this, both sections of it, there's that stuff. Watch, just rub it, one's gone. I put pressure on the other side, it's gone. Just like that. And there, if I were to dry that, you wouldn't see anything. So the longer you leave it on, the harder it is kind of to remove. On the other hand, it's also harder to remove it from the grout, because right now I am kind of removing a little bit from the grout as well. Not that much though. So I would say at least 30 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes, and then use this approach. What? So what you see happening right now is if you look really close right here, you've got all these bits and pieces of acrylic, which I'm wiping off from the edges, but yet the bulk of it stays in the grout. So I'm going to keep going down, and then I'll come back and buff it, and you'll see the final product. All right, so if you look down there, you're going to see the finished product. This is what it looks like right now, and honestly, this is like it was when I did it in the very beginning. Oh, I missed a spot. There, it just rubs off. Okay, so yeah, I'm from the reviews I read on this, I was not very cautious about using it, but now I'm like blown away by how it turned out. I would definitely recommend it. I would definitely use it. This is not hard to use at all. A couple of things I'd like to mention. First, I got this eggshell because I was looking at the color palette on the computer, and then I ended up going to biscuit in the end. And this is actually biscuit. And if you look at this, and that is not the same color, but yes, it does turn out when it's absorbed by the grout. And this eggshell, it looks like an off-white. In reality, when you put it on, it's really white. There is no off. So yeah, eggshell avalanche, it's white. And you kind of don't want it to, because when it was all white, it looks better like this. So that was the color I ended up going. You could put it on and wait at least 20 to 30 minutes, minimum of 20, but I would say probably 30 minutes. If you rub it off too soon with a damp rag, you're just going to be removing it from the grout. So you don't want to do that, I found. On the other hand, you do not want to use a dry rag. The rag should be, you should wet it, wring it out, and it should still have water in it. Because if it's too dry, you'll be scrubbing forever. You actually have to kind of like have quite a wet rag and rub it to to wet the acrylic so that it breaks up. Otherwise, you'll be rubbing a lot longer. So a fairly damp rag, about minimum of 30 minutes later, and you saw I missed the spot, I did it, and that was at least an hour later. Comes off easy, so no worries. So wait at least a minimum of 30 minutes, otherwise you're going to be rubbing it out of the grout, which you don't want, and then the color changes. But yeah, definitely recommend this product. Really liked it, and I did from here to there, the whole corridor, probably about, let's see, this is 1, 2, all the way to the bathroom, about 300 square feet. I did it in a matter of a few hours. Yeah, highly recommend.